stop walking. I know, this may sound strange, even shocking at first. But if you are over 65 and walking is the only type of exercise you do every day, there is a high chance that you may be, without realizing it, accelerating muscle loss instead of preventing it. Let me explain. Over the years, working as a surgeon and following thousands of people over 65, I began to notice a pattern that repeats with impressive frequency. It is almost always the same story. The person comes to me and says confidently, "Doctor, I walk every day. I never miss. I'm always active." And in fact, they believe they are doing everything right. They feel disciplined, feel they are taking care of their health, that they are on the right path. But then, small signs begin to appear. They mention needing to use their hands to get up from a chair. They say climbing stairs is becoming more difficult. They share that they had a scare in the bathroom after almost falling. Or, in some cases, they admit something even more serious, that they stopped traveling, going out, or living certain experiences, simply out of fear of losing balance. And that's where everything changes. Because this raises a very important question: how can someone who stays active every day still begin to lose strength, balance, and confidence in their own body? The answer lies in something that few people understand. Walking, although excellent for the heart, circulation, and even the mind, is a low-resistance activity. In other words, it does not require enough effort from the muscles for them to truly strengthen, especially after age 65. Over time, the body adapts. The muscles begin to receive the same light, repetitive stimulus. And after a certain point, they simply stop responding. It's as if they become deaf to this type of effort. What once helped keep the body active is no longer enough to preserve muscle strength. And here is the most important point: after age 65, the body needs a clearer, stronger, and smarter stimulus to continue building and maintaining muscle. It's not about walking more, nor walking faster, nor increasing distance. What truly makes a difference is including specific, targeted movements that send the right signal to your body, the signal that it needs to stay strong. And the good news is that this does not require a gym, expensive equipment, or complicated routines. In fact, there are 3 simple movements, approved by specialists, that you can do at home safely in less than 10 minutes a day, and that are far more effective than just walking when the goal is to preserve your strength, balance, and independence. And that is exactly what we are going to talk about next. And the best part is that these movements work quickly. They not only maintain what you still have, they begin to rebuild what has already been lost: strength, stability, and confidence in your own body. Now, let's go straight to the first exercise. This movement is known as sit-to-stand, or, as some call it, the chair squat. But let me be clear with you, this is not just a regular exercise, it is practically a tool for independence. Think for a moment, how many times a day do you need to get up from a chair? From bed? From the couch? This simple movement is behind your autonomy. Now, let's do it the right way. Find a firm, stable chair that doesn't slide. Stand in front of it with your feet shoulder-width apart and your toes pointing forward. From there, push your hips back as if you were going to sit, but with control. Lower yourself slowly. No rush. Continue lowering until you lightly touch the seat of the chair. And here is the most important detail: do not sit down completely. Do not relax. As soon as you feel contact with the chair, press your heels into the ground, contract your glutes, and return to a standing position with your body upright. This small detail makes all the difference. If you are a beginner, start with just 5 repetitions, 3 times a week. It may seem difficult at first, and that is completely normal. In fact, it is exactly this challenge that shows your body is being stimulated in the right way. And the benefits are impressive. Scientific studies show that this single movement can significantly develop leg strength, improve body control, and reduce the risk of falls by up to 50%. In addition, it improves something even more important: communication between your brain and your muscles. Now, let's move on to the second exercise. If the first strengthens your foundation, this one protects your upper body. We are talking about the wall push-up. Many people underestimate the importance of arm and chest strength until they need it. Whether it's getting out of bed, carrying groceries, or even preventing a fall, this strength is essential. To do it correctly, stand facing a clear wall at about an arm's length distance. Place your hands on the wall at shoulder height and slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Now, slowly bend your elbows and bring your chest toward the wall. Do this in a controlled manner, counting about 2 seconds on the way down. Pay attention to your elbow position, keep them slightly tucked in at about a 45-degree angle, do not let them flare out too much. When you are close to the wall, push firmly and return to the starting position. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions. This simple movement strengthens your chest, shoulders, and the back of your arms, exactly the muscles you use in daily life without realizing it. This is the strength that allows you to get up more easily, carry objects safely, and, most importantly, react quickly if you need to support yourself to prevent a fall. Now we reach the third and final exercise, and perhaps one of the most important when it comes to prevention. This movement works on dynamic balance. And here is something few people understand: balance is not static. It needs to be trained in motion, just as it happens in real life. This exercise is marching in place with arm movement. If necessary, you can lightly rest your hands on the back of a sturdy chair for extra safety. Stand upright with good posture and begin by lifting your right knee toward your hip. At the same time, bring your left arm forward as if you were marching. The key here is not speed, it is control. Perform the movement slowly and mindfully. Avoid rushing. Then return to the starting position and alternate sides. Lift your left knee while bringing your right arm forward. Continue like this for about 30 seconds. Rest briefly and repeat 2 more times. This exercise is extremely powerful because it simulates real-life situations. It activates the core, the foundation of your stability, and improves coordination between the brain and the body. And that is exactly what helps prevent unexpected trips. Now, look at the whole picture. There are only 3 movements. Simple, direct, and extremely effective. You don't need a gym. You don't need expensive equipment. You don't need to spend hours of your day. What you really need is consistency. Just 3 short sessions per week are enough to start reversing that feeling of weakness, regain your confidence, and most importantly, maintain your independence. Because in the end, it's not just about living longer. It's about living better. And staying in control of your own life. Now I want you to do something with me, right at this moment. It doesn't matter where you are. Pause for a few seconds, stand up, and do just 1 repetition. Just 1. Stand up from the chair mindfully. Feel your leg muscles working. Notice your body responding. Pay attention to that feeling. Because this, exactly what you just felt, is the first step back to your real strength. The strength that gives you independence. The strength that keeps you safe. The strength that allows you to live without fear. And many people go years without feeling this. Now, if this content made sense to you, if it opened your eyes in any way, I want to ask you something simple, but very important. Leave a comment below with the phrase, "I'm starting today." It may seem small, but it isn't. I read every message. One by one. And knowing that someone decided to take action, that someone decided to change, is what truly motivates me to keep bringing this kind of content. And there's more. If you can click like, you're not just helping this video. You're helping other people, just like you, find this information. The algorithm will show this message to more people who need to hear it, maybe someone in your own family. And speaking of that, subscribe to the channel. Because in the next video, I will reveal an extremely common mistake, perhaps the most dangerous one related to protein, which is destroying muscle mass in people over 65 without them realizing it. And this could be happening to you, or to someone close to you. You won't want to miss it. And before you leave, I want to make one last request. Share this video. Send it to a father, a mother, a friend, a neighbor, someone you truly care about. Because many people believe it's too late to regain strength. That the body no longer responds. That aging means weakness. But you and I know the truth. Strength has no age. Strength is a decision. And today, you just made yours. Thank you for being here.